Lauren Field. I'm with the Environmental Engineering Department. They're building a rain garden for us. The rain gardens are specifically designed to capture and treat stormwater runoff so it doesn't become a pollution problem downstream in receiving creeks, water bodies, and James River and Chesapeake Bay. Gardens actually use some special mix of native plants and permeable soils that capture and treat stormwater and remove the pollutants and keep them treated on site so it doesn't become pollution off-site downstream somewhere else. It's a special kind of soil which is mostly sand, with 85 to 88% sand, which really aids in the infiltration of the stormwater, actually helps it soak into the ground. The rest of that is basically topsoil and leaf mulch to give it some nutrients to help the plants get a nice head start. Once we have the plants installed, then we're going to top the rest of the rain garden with 3 inches of hardwood mulch. And that actually helps retain moisture and gives the plants a little extra boost to get them started. We encourage plants that can withstand periods of drought and periods of wet roots. So we have a variety of different plants. We have a native grass called switchgrass, which is typical of wetlands and riverbanks and things such as that. We have a sweet bay magnolia, which is also a really beautiful native tree that we're going to plant in the middle of our rain garden. We have New York aster, black-eyed Susan, bee balm, and red cardinal flower. And all of these plants are, like I said, native to Virginia and can withstand periods of drought and withstand periods of inundation. When you're building a rain garden, it is designed to capture and treat and hold rainwater so that it infiltrates. So this rain garden will be moist often, but just as often it'll be dry as well. So you need plants that can take that kind of give and take of moisture and dryness. And so that's why we choose plants that are native to Virginia. They're adapted to that kind of environment. And what they do is they take up nutrients such as phosphorus and nitrogen, which can lead to harmful algae blooms in the James River and Chesapeake Bay. Those algae blooms actually deplete the James River and the Chesapeake Bay of oxygen that's necessary to support the wildlife. And by keeping the nutrients on site, you're preventing them from becoming polluted runoff that should have an adverse impact on the Chesapeake Bay.
My name is Kip Mumma, and I'm with Ecosystem Services, and we're a natural resource consulting firm in Virginia. And I also am a part of the executive committee of the Middle James Roundtable. And part of what I do as an environmental engineer is help design these sorts of BMPs, which stands for Best Management Practice. Actually funded through a grant through the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Fund. And so they were able to do this at 3 different locations throughout Chesterfield. So the Midlothian Library, where we are here, the Enon Library, as well as the Clover Hill Library. You want to have a good density, and so this is a good spacing. You want this to be about a foot apart. So I think this is a great example of what can be accomplished.
The Rain Garden Workshop information and schedule and the registration are on the Chesterfield County Library website, which is library.chesterfield.gov.